With an increased number of digital nomad visa options, you might find yourself wondering which one is the best for you and how to pick the right one. So in today's episode, we will try to help you by sharing some important things you need to consider when looking for the digital nomad visa that suits best to your needs, and which digital nomad visas we do not recommend. Hi, I'm Jovana from Nomad Capitalist, where we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and families go where they are treated best. And that includes occasionally helping some of them to obtain digital nomad visas on their dream destinations. Speaking about digital nomad visas, the good thing about digital nomad visas is that you usually do not require significant monetary contribution or money that is required to be shown before obtaining a visa. That money still belongs to you, usually do not have any investment, obviously other than processing fees. But even with that, you really need to be careful when it comes to budgeting. And when you start looking for a digital nomad visa, the first thing you should really have in mind is your budget. Not only for demonstrating proof of income, because as we said, that money is, most of the cases, still be yours. You don't have to make an investment. But also you need to really take care about housing cost. So some countries, such as Anguilla, for example, do not impose any monetary requirements. So you don't have to demonstrate any money before you get the digital nomad visa, which is great. But housing costs on the other side are too high. The second thing you need to consider is your tax situation. So if you're a sole entrepreneur just starting your business, building your business while traveling really sounds great. But also you need to be aware that some jurisdiction will look into something that is called permanent establishment rules, and they may try to tax your business just based on the fact that you're working or you're effectively managing your business, from that country. Similarly, you cannot neglect your tax status back home and count on that just because you do not live there physically, you do not have to pay any taxes. So closer connection rules are alive and well in many, especially many Western countries. So you need to take care about that. You also need to be aware of secret rules in many countries. So some countries, for example, Croatia, it promotes a digital nomad visa as zero tax. But there is a catch, right? So if you're looking, very careful in what does it say, it says that you wouldn't pay taxes in Croatia if you are tax resident in other countries, right? So you might go to Croatia and think, okay, I'm a tax resident there now, I'm spending more than 6 months, I'm not paying any taxes there. It sounds amazing, I will demonstrate to my home country that I'm having a closer connection to Croatia and I'm their tax resident, but that's actually not the case. So if your goal is to reduce your taxes back home, this option won't work for you. And the third thing you really need to be very aware when looking into digital nomad visa is a lifestyle element and amenities that place offers. So this is really a matter of personal preference, and there is no right or wrong answer to that. So, I love some countries and my team members, might not necessarily like them. So also the same thing is between us. I might recommend some options. It's a very nice lifestyle option, but you might not necessarily like them. So this is really personal element. So people usually just think on a kind of macro scale. Oh, do I like, beach life? Do I like sun? This seems like a place for me, right? But it's not everything is about that. So you really need to understand before you move, what are those kind of simple day-to-day things that make your life and that you cannot live without. And you might find this interesting or I find it true that for so many people, and we hear that from many of our clients, some simple things such as Amazon Prime is a part of their day-to-day life. And this is not something that they are thinking about when they're relocating to another country. No one, says, oh, okay, I might not have an Amazon Prime. I'm not sure how I will do without it. But actually, this is not the option in every single region, in every single country. Many countries do not have it. So for people, for example, that this small thing is big part of their life, some places might not work. So let's move to some of the visas we do not recommend. Currently, there are close to 50 digital nomad visas available, and some are excellent. They offer so many things, from easy immigration to great taxes, great lifestyle. Some of those do not. So again, as was said, a lot of things are part of a personal preference, but for digital nomad visas, are something that we would never recommend for our clients to pursue. So the first one is German digital nomad visa. And the reason is that unless you're really keen on living in Germany, you just better skip it. Documentation and bureaucracy behind the scene is really extreme, and you will need to demonstrate that you have multiple clients that are meeting multiple conditions. You will have annual reporting requirements and many more. So plus, German taxes are known not to be the best in the world, so you will just have a very high tax burden. Obviously, on the other side, not getting much. So again, if livability is a reason why you want to move to Germany and go through all of that, I think that's a fair point. You obviously need to look into your tax structure, but we just consider then, the value for money is not great. So immigration program or application process is one of the difficult one, and also you do not have those tax benefits. The second country is France. So France currently has two digital nomad visa options, which is French tech visa and professional liberté visa. I consider those options to be like, we saw that something works in every single country, so let's try it, but we also want to do it in our way, right? So regulation imposed behind those visas is just not worth the hassle. Obviously, again, French tax system, no tax benefits, so definitely kind of not a good combo. Obviously, if you want to spend time in France and participate on protests, which nowadays it seems that they are all year long, you can obtain other EU digital nomad visas and travel with those in France. So the third option is Croatia. So while Adriatic coast is beautiful and one of my personally favorites, Croatian passport is more appealing starting from this year, given that Croatia is not in Schengen, it has US visa-free access. This digital nomad visa is only worth if you're already coming from a low tax country. While it is promoted that it offers a tax break is actually available only for those that maintains tax residence somewhere else. The fourth option is Thailand. While Thailand has a very good options like Thai Elite visa, investor visa, this current format of a digital nomad visa, which is long-term residence visa, is not really great. So though it allows you to live there for a whopping 10 years, the eligibility requirements are difficult to fulfill. So it's really an elite visa. And basically, there are three categories that you can fit into as a wealthy individual, remote worker, or a wealthy pensioner. So if you earn more than $80,000 US dollars per year working remotely for a publicly traded company that earns more than 150 million in revenue for the last 3 years, you can qualify for this visa. Otherwise, you must have at least 1 million in asset and invest $500,000 in Thailand to qualify as a wealthy individual, or pensioners obviously can qualify with $80,000 per year through investment or pension to qualify. There is a tax break with Thailand's digital nomad visa. So instead of taking 35% tax rate, digital nomads will pay only 17%. But still, this is not the greatest option that exists. So if you're not sure which residence option is the best for you and your business, apply to work with Nomad Capitalist, and our team will, based on our experience and experience of our previous client, assist you to go where you're treated the best.